Hey everyone, I'm really glad to see you on my channel, and I am very grateful to everyone. Everyone who is watching right now, to everyone who leaves comments. I would like to dedicate some time to allowing myself to talk about this topic from another point of perception, from another point of assembly, let's say. If the previous video on this same topic, I'll put it here. Here is a link. It was also about allowing yourself, he considered this aspect from the personality, then this video will examine the same aspect from the perspective of unity. Some people might prefer this video more, while others might find the previous video more appealing and understandable. It really doesn't matter. My goal is to make sure that as many people as possible see, hear, understand. Basically, all my videos are actually about one thing, so they transmit or exactly the same message with different words and different approaches. And my task is to encourage as many people as possible to reach a level of understanding, to nudge them to what's many people call awareness, awakening, and so on. So about allowing oneself, let's look at the situation from a broader perspective. We are unified consciousness. We are parts of a whole. We are all made of energy. We are all parts of a vast, infinite consciousness that expresses itself in an infinite number of forms. When I say forms, I mean both material and immaterial aspects, all sorts of scenarios for the development of events, as well as time and money. And it has even already been proven by physics that we all and everything in this world consist of one thing at the level. Some part of this consciousness, some forms of manifestation of this consciousness are people when we are born. That moment when a child begins to remember at least something and remembers, for example, his name, we realize our true nature. So we are still aware of ourselves as part of a whole. There is no separation between us and everything else. Now I'm going to draw an analogy, guys. It's not literal, it's just to explain certain aspects of the structure of the universe. When that point of no return comes, when we start to remember something and reproduce it in our memory, imagine that we all put on VR glasses and begin to watch a certain game playing it out. Imagine that all the people in the world have their own VR glasses, and inside these glasses, each of them has completely different scenarios that they follow, where they look and what kind of life they live. That's why we say that each person lives their own reality, and with each passing day, so to speak, the programs that are uploaded into the VR glasses become more and more entrenched. And more, a person immerses themselves in the very role they are playing, watching this scenario and playing this game that is unfolding in their VR glasses. Where do these programs come from? From the outside. So something is said to him and the person remembers something, and it's as if more and more information is being uploaded. So in these VR glasses, which create that very scenario in which he lives his whole life, do you understand that is his parents, school, college, social institutions that shape his worldview? And at some point, as the person grows older, continuing to walk around in these VR glasses, they completely forget their true nature that they were born with. He completely forgets that there is no difference between him and all the other objects and people. And he identifies himself with the hero playing this game within this artificial reality, this artificially created reality shaped by all the information inflows, the information accumulations from the outside that he has gathered throughout his life within the framework of this one game, reality, which is being modeled. It is inextricably linked to the player. It reacts to his inner state. This is very well illustrated in the movie Inception. The episode when the hero played by Leonardo DiCaprio enters some kind of dream. The participants in this dream, some people, some buildings and so on, they immediately start reacting to the inner state of the dreamer. Our life works in exactly the same way. You, as a player inside this game of yours within the VR goggles, the reality you reproduce is inextricably linked to you. So everything you project, your reality immediately reflects back to you. If anyone has ever practiced lucid dreaming, you might have had such an experience. I was just practicing lucid dreaming based on Castaneda. And when you wake up in a dream, so to speak, it's when you become aware of yourself in the dream and you wish, I want that person to come up to me right now and say something. It happens immediately. In a lucid dream, you can do anything you want. You can fly somewhere, you can see something, talk to famous people, experience those things that you've never experienced before. This is in a lucid dream. That's how it's done. In reality, it's absolutely the same. Absolutely. Just a little more stretched out time. But we've all been led to believe that time exists. In reality, time only exists within the framework of this simulation. Inside a black hole, time and space, for example, are distorted somewhere out there on another planet. Time works completely differently. So within the framework of this limited simulation, this specific environment, time works as if it's stretched. In fact, in principle, if you remove the conditions of any environment, time does not exist. So the processes of giving and receiving happen simultaneously. Basically, it's not even two different processes. It's the same process, just from different sides. Split into duality, let's put it this way. People keep wearing those very glasses and identify themselves with the programs that are loaded into them with the players. But my task is to explain to you these metaphorical glasses, they can be taken off. The effect is like in the movie The Matrix. You can take off the glasses and just be in a state of non-conceptuality without choices. Breathe out, free yourself from beliefs. This is what is called total awareness, enlightenment, awakening, whatever you want to call it. In the awareness that your beliefs can be pushed aside and not listened to. In the awareness that one can live without choices. In general, the word to live implies some kind of action. Do you understand? After you take off the glasses, you'll realize that you can live without actions. Actions happen automatically. Everything happens by itself. Here, it's also important to understand very well what self is. Essentially, what I'm saying right now is being said by itself. And what you're watching right now, this video, you probably didn't foresee that it would happen 2 hours ago because it's spontaneous. I post videos spontaneously, and you probably opened it spontaneously. Why is this happening? Because it was meant to happen, and you really needed to hear this. But that's not the point. That's not what we're talking about right now. The essence that I'm trying to convey, you can take off the glasses and just be in this state of total being, not living, but just being, where you don't need to do anything, make any manipulations, or choose something specific. A state of absolute silence of the mind. There's also a second scenario where you, on a personal level, can engage in conscious creation. That is, you can upload another program into these glasses and put them on again. For example, a program where you are rich, where you are successful. But usually what happens is that after realizing this total silence of the mind and the lack of choice, there's no real desire to set goals, no real desire, to upload some other programs and relive the game. But if there's a desire to engage in conscious creation, you can do it on a personal level. Just take another program, put it into these glasses, and continue the game. Now, it's very important to understand that the programs you had uploaded before and what you want to upload are not connected to each other in any way. So essentially, for the universe, so to speak, there is no difference between a banana and Bitcoin, even in terms of value. It's all the same. In other words, one program is no different from another program. Again, it's about allowing yourself. You can allow yourself to be anyone. You can allow yourself to upload absolutely any program into these glasses, put them on again, and go back into the game. There is no difference between these programs. They are all absolutely equal and the same. That is, a program in which you, earn 0, and a program in which you earn 1,000,000. They have absolutely the same weight, so to speak, for the universe. And this is very important to understand because there are always some patterns in our heads. First this, then this, then this, then this. First I'll work, as an assistant, then I'll work as a manager, then I'll work as a boss, and so on. So these are 4 different programs, and it's like you're creating a dependency between these programs, you see. So one will be connected to the other, to the third. But in reality, just imagine there is an infinite number identical white flash drives. You just take them, plug them in, like you don't need to plug in 15 of one kind first and then the others. They're all the same, completely white and not connected to each other in any way. You take one that you need, plug it in right away and play it immediately. There's no difference. Or for example, if anyone has watched Black Mirror, I really like the series Black Mirror. And it's very close to me because I work in IT, and there was a really cool analogy about how you could enter different realities. There, the guy moved their bodies into a simulated game. It's exactly the same here. You take a flash drive, plug it in, and just play. So once again, about allowing yourself to realize that your so-called, the glasses you're walking around in can be taken off. You can exhale. To free yourself, choose a different scenario if you want. Moreover, these scenarios are not connected to each other in any way. They don't depend on one another. You can play any life at any moment, at any second. Because another important thing is that time doesn't exist. This is another thing that we've been drilled into us since childhood and that we live by. Time exists only within the framework of this specific simulation, I believe, perhaps in a couple of years. We'll fly to Mars together, right? Or we'll go into hibernation and wake up. In 100 years, we'll still be alive and young and fresh, for example. And this absolutely doesn't match the perception of time that we were drilled into in school, guys. And you can allow yourself to choose absolutely any program and load it and play it. Another important thing, why can't people do this? Why can't they do it? First of all, people can't believe in it. It seems too incredible, right? But you're only limited by your mind. You understand that yourself. And it gives you a huge amount of resistance because our attachment to beliefs is very strong. First of all, it's very hard to believe what I'm saying because of the power of beliefs, right? Secondly, step over these beliefs, even when you already believed. It's very hard. It seems like you want to change something, but you just can't because your beliefs won't let you. A wild primal fear won't let you. That's why it's said that many techniques suggest allowing yourself a little bit gradually to expand your consciousness little by little. If you really don't understand what I'm talking about right now, please watch this video. My second video about allowing yourself talks about this aspect from the perspective of personality, not from unity. Maybe it will just seem more understandable to you. Guys, I'm really glad that I have the opportunity to share this. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope that this analogy will be interesting to some people. Thanks again, guys. See you next time.